everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I'm here to show you what I created for this month's ongoing New Year challenge, I think is what they're still calling it. I wasn't able to participate in the last two, and then the two before that I did participate, but somehow I got left out of the drawing for those. But they were always fun. They're always fun to participate in when you have time. And so this one was the same, a lot of fun to create. It's being hosted by Lenneke at Lens Crafty Life. She won the drawing. And just for those that don't know, what you do is you create something and you show what you created online, and then your name is put in a drawing to see who's going to decide what we create for the next month. So it's become a fun little way for everybody to craft without having to worry about posting things, and brings the community together. And you'll see some really amazing, fun, creative things this way. So Lenneke decided that we should alter a tea bag, and I've really always wanted to do an altered tea bag project of some sort. You could do a tea bag, a coffee filter, I thought maybe even a tea box would be nice, but I chose a tea bag. And what I thought I would do is just show you, because these are the tea bags I used. My husband likes this tea called Yerba Mate. I don't know if it's actually, well, I guess it's a tea. It's kind of a good for you tea, but these kind of went stale. So I just took a pair of scissors and poured out the tea like so, because it's not fresh anymore. So I'm not being wasteful, I promise. And then I just had 6 of these nice flat empty tea bags to start with. And then I at the end I decided I needed to create something with the coffee filter, and I'll show you what it is. So this is the back, and it is a coffee filter little purse or bag, and I created it because inside I made a little tea bag journal. Need those. So this is the front of my little purse, and I didn't want to over embellish it because I really wanted you to be able to tell that it's a coffee filter. And so what I did was I took 2 of the coffee filters and folded it over so that I had a flap like that, so you can kind of see. And I thought if I left some of the ruffly pleat there, you'd be able to tell that it's a coffee filter. And I just used coffee dyed vintage tatting, and I thought it'd be really pretty just laying on a side table in the bag like this. And then inside I have a sweet little journal, and a while back I got an eyelet punch from the sewing section at Hobby Lobby, so I just put eyelets on each on the center of each page, and then put some seam binding in to hold them together. This is a beautiful cabochon that was gifted to me on a altered file folder from Mary Barrett. It was gorgeous. It still is gorgeous file folder. I just scarfed one of the cabochons that was on there because it's just so pretty. I thought it would embellish this really well. And then there's just doilies and lots of little crocheted lace. And then this is just, I just tied this off on a little rosebud button, and this is the inside. And I have a little flower page here. I hope this is in focus. Move over, there we go. So there's a flower page. This is a sweet little belly band that I have a faux tea bag. A while ago I was working on a tea journal, and I had a little bit of ephemera left, and inside I have some parchment paper, and I stuck that in there instead of a real tea bag, and it's kind of on pretty paper, and it just tucks down in here. And then I have this little dangling charm with a little porcelain teacup and saucer. You can see that. And then some decorative lace and doilies and trim. And each page I was trying to save the shape of the tea bag. It's the tea bag is covered in a thin lace. And then the next page, I'm sorry, I'm getting myself a little tangled here. There we go. Okay, so the next page has these pretty little yellow dangles. This was an embellishment that I had hanging out in my flower box. I decided to use that. It's a little clay flower and leaves, and some crocheted little flower appliques with blingy little centers. And I have this really tiny, excuse me, Chinese braid. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a drink here. And then the next page is just I call it a sweetheart page, because I put a little heart-shaped applique with a really pretty little button and some pearl trim and a little bit of applique at the bottom and at the top. This was a really fun one to make. And the next page is, let me get my tea bag out and I'll show you. This is a pocket. So this is some old vintage tatting. I put a pretty little paper rose there and a doily. I don't know if you can tell, but behind this doily is where I've covered the tea bags. All of them are covered with lace, but I like that I framed them out so that they would look like the shape of the actual tea bag. And this is a pocket, so things can fit down in there. And then this is a little rose applique or iron-on rose, and then I have just some tiny little crocheted flowers where I put little satin rosebuds. And this is the outside of a piece of doily. So there's that page, and then another flower page with a beautiful applique, and then this is a faux tea bag, but it's really sweet. Oh, it says "Do come for tea," and so that is a pocket. Fits down in there. If you can tell, I just love these tiny little putsy things. And then on this page I have decoupaged on a couple little vintage china teacups that I fussy cut and stuck on the page, trying to get in frame. And then this is the back. I have this really pretty little rose applique here and some beautiful trim. And I just put that to cover up the little eyelid, and that's the back. So Lenneke offered a really fun idea for the challenge this month, and maybe you'd like to give it a try. I was happy to get to use my little teacup charms, and then there's always space for dangles. My husband's about to come bounding through the door, so I'm going to end it here. But thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have fun.